morning to you on this Sunday. I'm Leticia Rodaz. It is race day in the capital city. The California International Marathon is well underway, and right now 10,000 runners are making their way from the start line in Folsom to downtown Sacramento. And here's a live look along the course in Carmichael, the halfway point. The first runners are beginning to approach here, and let's check in now with KCRA 3's Denzen Cortez with the spectators, volunteers, and hoping to see the runners very soon. Denzen, good morning.
So yeah, those first runners should be starting to come in. The leader, Joseph Whelan, running. He should be coming in any minute now, but more spectators are starting to come into that halfway point. Jacob Thompson is right behind him in this race. Jacob Whelan running a 4:58 mile pace currently, and they should be approaching this halfway point any minute now, but a lot of spectators coming in. They're excited. They also have the relay racers starting to warm up. They're trying to get warm for this second leg of the marathon, but everyone, they got the music going. They're going to be pumping up these two lead racers now. Everyone excited for this halfway point. They already went through the rolling hills portion of the course, and now they'll start to be heading on the more flat land structure to now turn on those wheels and start heading home for the finish line in downtown Sacramento. But everyone's showing up their signs. They're excited. We got some of those relay racers trying to stay warm in these conditions, but it's quite perfect for a day of marathon racing. Everyone's just excited here. They also have a medical station here for some of these racers that need a quick water pit stop. But we should see any minute now one of those racers coming in through the halfway point. This is also the relay exchange zone. So one of the relay racers will come. Of the 1,000 relay racers that will be racing today, they'll be handing it off to their other partner for the second leg and heading home. 55,000 steps, 26.2 miles. Man, that is a lot of steps for running. So as we continue looking here, just more people are starting to pull in with their signs. They're excited, staying warm. Everyone, this is one of the biggest marathons in the country. Everyone likes to come to CIM because it's a relatively fast course, and it's a Boston qualifier. Everyone here could expect fast times, fast PR times as well, just on how the course is structured. But they got the music going. They're playing some energetic music because everyone is needed here for this one moment. So mind over matter for a lot of these runners as they continue going through. A lot of people too, just when they think about marathons, right? It's a lot of it having to continue to stay focused and mind over the physicality portion. So those runners are starting to come through hopefully any minute now, but running at a 4:58 mile pace. That is just insane. And just last year they had 2 records broken last year, course records. For the men's it was 2 minutes and 7 seconds, and for the women's 2 minutes and 24 seconds. That is just insane to think of when you think of running a marathon. And this marathon has only grown over the years. It's in its 42nd year. It started in 1983 with just 1,600 runners, and now over 10,000 runners from multiple countries all over the state as well. So there's a lot of excitement here in the Sacramento region for both businesses, runners, spectators. You can see a lot of people turning out in this Sunday morning to just cheer on you, whether it be a neighbor, a family member, whether you just follow the sport. Everyone coming to Sacramento excited for this one moment to see, these top tier athletes. Even if it's just a normal person wanting to set a goal to finish a marathon, they are really excited, and we should start to see one of the first runners coming in through here. In the distance, running that 4:53 mile pace, Joseph Whelan, and he's excited. So it is a big moment as he comes through. 26.2-mile marathon, and he is just blazing. So everyone here is going to be cheering him on, as well as the second person. There's that first person coming through on the halfway point, Joseph Whelan, running a 4:52-mile pace. That is just insane. You know, most people are running, I know, a 9:09 pace. So he's in the back of that truck there at a good pace, steady pace. You can see him starting to come through. All these spectators here cheering him on. They're excited. This is the moment where, you know, it's all mine now. He's at that halfway point where he can start going through and turning on the burners. He went through the rolling hills from Folsom downwards, and this is the part where a lot of them are going to start kicking in the wheels to get through. So we see that first runner coming through. There he is. He's got a good stride, got a good pace going on, and that is blazing fast, guys. I mean, think about that. To keep that pace for 26.2 miles, man, that's just insane. That is crazy. It looks like he's sprinting, but I mean, that is just an essential pace. You can see all those spectators cheering him on. Let's go, Joseph! Woo! There he goes. Look at him go. Everyone cheering him on. That is blazing fast, guys. 4:52-mile pace right there as he hits that second leg of the marathon, heading towards downtown Sacramento. Now should be relatively smooth sails for him as he went through those rolling hills portion. We'll have that second runner coming through shortly, but also too, the relay racers are gearing up, getting ready for their moment to hit that second leg stretch. So a lot of them, there they come. Here's a good pack coming through, have a good stride going on. Second person in line, you know, having that good stretch. So here they come, a good pack. Spectators are cheering them on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's keep the pace going. Wow, that is just natural athletic ability and a lot of training too, guys. I mean, years, months. I mean, a lot of dedication to wake up and keep, you know, those paces going. A lot of training having to go on for these marathon races. And even if you're not an elite athlete or, you know, you haven't competed in a lot of marathon, it brings in a lot of people. So you can see a lot of these racers coming in from multiple countries coming in. A couple two going there right now, keeping that pace going. But it's an electric scene now. We're starting to see it pick up. A lot of spectators going, a lot of music. So it is an exciting scene as they head towards downtown Sacramento. Mind over matter. We'll see them cross that finish line. Back to you guys.
How exciting. Go Joseph. So excited to see him go so fast. Denzen, thank you so much for your live report and showing us those first runners reaching that halfway point. And this year's event is also hosting the USA Track and Field Marathon Championships for elite athletes like Joseph, as we saw there. There are multiple road closures in place because of this marathon, so you do want to be aware of that, including parts of major streets like Fair Oaks Boulevard, where Denzen was, Howe Avenue, and J Street. Closures are also in effect around the finish line in downtown Sacramento. Right now, Capitol Mall is closed between 5th and 10th Streets, and then we have 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th Streets closed between N and L Streets. You can find a full list of closures if you're going out there and looking for a parking spot as a spectator. And we're going to have live team coverage of the race this morning for the California International Marathon. Right now, KCRA 3's Erin Heft is making her way to the finish line at the state capitol, and she'll be joining us with the live report in just a few minutes.